The cameras flash, the crowd freezes, and just like that, Hollywood has a brand new obsession.
Oh, it really was one of those moments that just, well, stops the entire pop culture machine in its tracks.
Welcome to today's deep dive. We're jumping into a massive story, one that is based on the headline you are probably seeing everywhere right now. James Kennedy announces engagement and baby on the way.
And honestly, it is the ultimate plot twist.
Yeah.
I mean, you think you know a reality star's trajectory, and then they completely flip the script.
Right, on live television. Or, in this case, on a Las Vegas red carpet.
Exactly.
So to understand exactly how we got here, we have spent the week analyzing a mountain of press. We are talking about reports from People, Us Weekly, Reality Tea, Extra, and honestly, dozens of other outlets.
Because we really need to reverse engineer what might be the ultimate celebrity rebrand.
Right. We are unpacking the absolutely whirlwind cinematic announcements from Vanderpump Rules star DJ James Kennedy. In just a matter of weeks, he has dropped two massive bombshells.
First, a baby on the way with his new girlfriend, Jordan Meyers. And then, a hyper-romantic Italian engagement.
Our mission today is to pull this all apart. We need to examine this incredibly fast timeline, look at the absolute whiplash reactions from his exes, and, really explore how a reality star attempts a massive personal transformation overnight.
And if you were listening to this right now and thinking, well, I don't watch Vanderpump Rules, why should I care? Stick around.
Oh, definitely stick around.
Because this goes far beyond a single television show. This is a fascinating case study in crisis PR, in modern reputation management, and in how quickly a person's life trajectory can change in the public eye.
Okay, let's unpack this, starting with the secret romance that actually led up to that Vegas reveal.
Yeah, the timeline here is crucial.
Because it moves at absolute warp speed. So to set the stage, we have Jordan Meyers. She is a 23-year-old North Carolina native.
Yeah, she operates in that very modern digital sphere as a social media influencer. Our sources note she boasts partnerships with brands like Victoria's Secret and Parade Loungewear.
Right. And their meet-cute is, honestly, the most 2020s origin story possible. It starts in the Instagram direct messages.
Of course it does.
They connect online, the digital chemistry is apparently there, and they decide to meet up in person at one of his DJ shows.
But what is really fascinating here is the sheer velocity of the escalation. According to her own statement to the press, she flew out to visit him for what was supposed to be just a standard 3-day trip.
A quick weekend getaway.
Exactly. But that weekend essentially never ended. Those 3 days turned into 8 consecutive months of living together.
Which is wild. I mean, I want you to imagine packing a weekender bag, just throwing in a couple of outfits and some travel-size shampoo for a casual Hinge-style date.
Just the essentials.
Yeah, and then you just, never go home. How would you even handle that level of sudden, massive commitment?
It is like a pressure cooker.
It really is. It is taking a relationship that usually simmers over a year and just boiling it down into weeks. It's like skipping the entire television series and going straight to the series finale.
That is a great way to look at it. But, I would argue that from a media strategy perspective, the most impressive part isn't even the speed of the relationship.
No.
It is the fact that they kept an 8-month cohabitation completely under wraps in an era where every influencer's move is broadcasted to thousands of followers.
Oh, that is true.
Maintaining that level of operational security requires deliberate, calculated effort.
They kept it very quiet, but the internet always leaves breadcrumbs. If we look closely at our sources, there were tiny clues along the way.
Oh, people on the internet are basically detectives nowadays.
They really are. Back in December of 2025, she posted a video of herself dancing inside his DJ booth with the caption, "Livin' that life."
Already solid hint.
Right. And just a few days later, she posted again, and he actually commented with a heart eyes emoji.
See, in the PR world, we often call those plausible deniability drops.
Wait, what does that mean?
It basically builds this very soft, unconfirmed foundation, so that when the hard launch finally happens, it doesn't look entirely fabricated out of thin air. It creates a retroactive paper trail for the fans to discover later.
That makes so much sense. And the hard launch, as we know, was highly orchestrated. June 11th, 2026.
Yes, the Vanderpump Hotel grand opening in Las Vegas.
The ultimate stage. The cameras are flashing. She steps out in this gorgeous pink sequin gown, clear heels and debuts a 4-month baby bump.
It was a massive visual statement.
It really was, and simultaneously, he tells People magazine that they wanted to keep things personal while building a foundation, sharing it only with close friends and family before feeling ready to step into this next chapter.
Which sounds very grounded.
It does, but I have to ask you, was keeping this a secret for 8 months a genuine protective move for a fledgling relationship, or was this a calculated PR rollout designed to just maximize the shock value on a red carpet?
I think it is a bit cynical to assume it is purely one or the other. If we connect this to the bigger picture of the celebrity ecosystem, personal milestones are currency.
Right.
Protecting the relationship in the early stages makes sense on a human level, especially when you're blending two very different worlds. You have a North Carolina influencer and a Los Angeles reality star.
A tough mix.
Exactly. However, deciding to debut a 4-month pregnancy at the grand opening of a hotel bearing your former boss's name, that is strategic synergy.
Strategic synergy, meaning they knew exactly what they were doing?
Precisely. Let's look at the mechanics of an exclusive with a magazine like People. That does not happen by accident.
No, definitely not.
Publicists negotiate these embargoes weeks in advance. They agree on the framing, the quotes, and the timing of the publication to perfectly coincide with the moment the flashbulbs go off in Vegas.
Wow, so it guarantees maximum press coverage.
Exactly. It ties the personal milestone directly to the professional ecosystem of his television show. And most importantly, it immediately shifts the public conversation away from any past controversies.
Which is exactly why this Vegas debut is so critical. Because honestly, you cannot comprehend the impact of this new chapter without understanding the incredibly heavy baggage he is leaving behind.
Oh, absolutely. He is not just introducing a new girlfriend.
Right. He is actively trying to distance himself from a highly televised, deeply messy, romantic history.
And we're going to get into exactly how his exes reacted to this because it is messy. But we have to look at the track record to understand the whiplash the audience is currently experiencing.
So true. We are talking about a history that includes a very volatile relationship with Kristen Dow.
Who, by the way, has since moved on and had a baby of her own.
Good for her. Then there was the engagement to Raquel Leviss, which famously ended right before the whole Scandival drama.
And for anyone listening who might have somehow missed that pop culture earthquake, Scandival wasn't just a reality TV storyline.
It was a cultural phenomenon.
It really was. It was a secret affair between castmates that breached the mainstream news cycle. It set the bar for reality TV chaos incredibly high.
And throughout all of this, there was also his undeniable, constantly simmering chemistry with castmate Lala Kent. But then most recently, there was Ally Lewber.
Right, and this wasn't just a brief fling. This was a 3-year relationship where they lived together.
And it ended incredibly heavily in December of 2024. According to the sources, there was an explosive incident at Kathy Hilton's Christmas party.
Which is quite the setting for drama.
Yeah. It escalated when they got home, resulting in him being arrested for domestic violence. Now, to be completely clear and impartial based on our sources, his legal team later confirmed that those charges were dropped after a thorough review of the incident.
That is an important detail, but the fallout from that night was still immense.
Oh, catastrophic.
And context matters here. Kathy Hilton's Christmas party is not a casual backyard gathering. It is the epicenter of high society Hollywood. Being involved in a highly publicized incident that begins in that environment, well, that is the kind of PR nightmare that sticks to a person.
Because the court of public opinion moves much faster than the legal system.
Exactly. The optics of that arrest, combined with the end of a 3-year relationship, constituted a major rock-bottom moment for his public image.
And that rock-bottom context makes Ally Lewber's reaction to this baby news so compelling.
Oh, her reaction is telling.
According to an interview she gave to Reality Tea, she was absolutely blindsided. Her quote was simply shocked. She went on to say she didn't even know he had a girlfriend.
She did acknowledge that he moves quickly and has always wanted to be a dad, though.
She did, but she also noted that even their mutual friends were completely in the dark.
That detail about the mutual friends being shocked is arguably the most telling piece of this entire puzzle.
Why is that?
Because it underscores just how isolated this new relationship was from his established Los Angeles reality TV circle. He completely siloed this new life.
Meanwhile, Ally mentioned she has been focused purely on her own healing. She hasn't spoken to him and has actually physically removed herself from the environment.
Right, moving to Charleston for a fresh start.
Hmm.
And reportedly joining season 4 of the reality show Southern Hospitality.
Good move for her, honestly. But, okay, I have to push back a little on this whole idyllic fairy tale narrative being sold to the press.
Go for it.
Given that just 18 months ago, he was dealing with a highly traumatic public breakup and a police arrest, is this rapid pivot to fatherhood and domestic bliss a sign of genuine, profound personal growth? Or is it just running away from the past?
That is the million-dollar question.
Because to me, it feels a bit like trying to rewrite your own Wikipedia page. You know, when you frantically type all this glowing positive news at the very top of the article, just so people stop scrolling down to the controversy section at the bottom.
I think you are being a bit cynical, though I do understand why. From a psychological standpoint, hitting a public rock bottom often triggers what behavioral experts call a reactive lifestyle overhaul.
A reactive lifestyle overhaul.
Yeah, when the pain or the consequence of the old behavior becomes too great, the pendulum swings wildly in the opposite direction. The psychological shock of an arrest, even if charges are dropped, can create genuine, desperate lifestyle changes.
So you think the growth is real, not just manufactured?
I think the two concepts are not mutually exclusive. Extreme shock to the system creates extreme change. But let's look at the mechanics of what you called rewriting the Wikipedia page.
Okay, let's hear it.
In the digital age, we call that SEO burying, search engine optimization burying.
Oh, wow.
If you Google someone's name and the first page of results is about an arrest and a messy breakup, you need a massive positive media event to push those negative articles to page 2.
And a surprise baby announcement does exactly that.
Perfectly. By completely compartmentalizing his life, meeting someone new from North Carolina, hiding the relationship from his LA mutual friends, and returning only when he has an unimpeachable family man narrative. He forces the algorithm and the public to view him through a brand new lens.
You can't criticize the messy party boy anymore because the messy party boy has been replaced by an expectant father.
Exactly. It creates a protective shield. And that brings us to how they chose to physically distance themselves from that Los Angeles drama to really cement this new identity.
Here's where it gets really interesting, and that is not even the wildest part, because the timing of what comes next is just immaculate.
Oh, it really is.
Just weeks after dropping the baby bombshell in Vegas, they travel to Italy. On June 30th, 2026, they announced their engagement.
And they didn't just get engaged in the living room.
No, they got engaged at Villa d'Este on Lake Como.
The visual language of this proposal is stunningly precise. Lake Como is synonymous with classic, understated luxury. It represents stability, wealth, and timelessness. It is the visual antithesis of the chaotic, neon-lit drama of West Hollywood.
Our sources paint a very specific cinematic picture of this moment. He's wearing a crisp white linen shirt and cream trousers. He's down on one knee by the water.
Very romantic.
She is in this elegant little red dress, showing off an open back. And the ring. We have to talk about the ring.
Oh, the massive toy moi engagement ring.
Yes. 2 stones sitting side by side, which traditionally represents the union of 2 souls. It is gorgeous. She comments on the post, "Suddenly I'm left-handed."
A great caption.
And he writes, "Thank you for making me the luckiest guy in the world." Even his mother enters the narrative.
Yes, she leaves a highly visible, deeply earnest Instagram comment praying that God will guide and protect you both.
If you compare this imagery to the screaming matches in the back alleys of restaurants that originally made him famous, it is a complete 180-degree turn.
It signals a massive shift from new money reality TV chaos to old money stability.
So what does this all mean? First, the Vegas hotel baby bump debut to capture the reality TV audience and tie into the show's lore. Then, the Lake Como proposal just weeks later to capture the luxury lifestyle and mainstream entertainment press.
It covers all the bases.
Are we watching 2 people organically swept up in love? Or are we watching an absolute masterclass in highly curated celebrity PR rollouts, designed specifically to secure a positive, unassailable storyline for the next television season?
This raises an important question about authenticity in the modern influencer era. When your life is your product, authenticity and strategy really blend together.
That makes sense.
You can be genuinely in love, genuinely thrilled to be a father, and simultaneously aware that executing the rollout flawlessly will save your career.
Right, you can have both.
The sequence of events, the Vegas red carpet, the exclusive People magazine interview, the Italian engagement, it is textbook image rehabilitation.
It replaces the troubled, volatile DJ narrative with the grounded, romantic family man narrative over and all.
And the brilliance of it is that it leaves his critics with very little room to maneuver.
Because if you attack him now, you aren't attacking a bad boy. You are attacking an expectant father and his pregnant fiancée.
Precisely. It creates an armor of traditional, universally celebrated milestones around him.
That is so smart.
If a castmate tries to bring up the past during the next season of the show, they risk looking petty or cruel for attacking a man who is clearly trying to build a family. It is a brilliant defensive maneuver, whether intentional or just a happy byproduct of his new life.
So let's wrap our arms around this whole whirlwind. We have traced an incredibly rapid journey, a relationship that sparked in Instagram direct messages between a reality star and a 23-year-old influencer from North Carolina.
A 3-day weekend that escalated into an 8-month secret cohabitation.
Kept entirely off the radar of his closest friends. A highly orchestrated pregnancy debut on a Las Vegas red carpet complete with magazine exclusives, followed instantly by a luxurious cinematic engagement on the shores of Lake Como.
All of this leaving a trail of shocked ex-girlfriends and blindsided castmates trying to make sense of the timeline while they film their own spin-offs.
It is a lot.
It really serves as a potent reminder of how the media machine operates today. Reinvention isn't a slow, grueling process of earning back public trust over years anymore.
No, it really isn't.
If you understand the mechanics of PR, if you have the right visual, the right milestone, and the right exclusive interview queued up, reinvention is quite literally just one news cycle away.
It shows the incredible power of controlling your own narrative. But it leaves me with one final, lingering thought for you to mull over as you go about your day.
Oh, what is that?
Well, think about the entire ecosystem of reality television. Shows like Vanderpump Rules were built from the ground up on messy, single, drama-prone characters making terrible decisions on camera.
Right, that is the literal engine that drives the genre.
Exactly. So if a reality star successfully achieves true stability, absolute privacy, and a grounded family life, do they eventually age out of the very ecosystem that made them famous?
That is a fascinating point.
The cameras are flashing on the red carpet today. But what happens to a reality TV bad boy when there is simply no more bad behavior left to film?
That is the ultimate paradox of the reality TV redemption arc. You win at life, you rehabilitate your image, but you might just write yourself off the very show that pays for the Lake Como engagement.
Something to really think about. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the rapid reinvention of a reality star. Stay curious, and we will catch you next time.